So, so yesterday I got a text from one of our sisters saying, "What did you do? What were you doing?" And I'm wondering, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? What does she mean? What am I doing? So I have no clue that expose. Listen, things that happens behind the scene gotta stay behind the scene. What you saw yesterday, you wasn't supposed to see that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about by now, I'm not gonna say it. No. I'm not gonna put a name to it, but listen, I was really in discomfort. I'm telling you, hair somewhere was trying to irritate me, so it was cutting my flow, and I just had to pause and make sure I deal with it. You wasn't supposed to see that. I mean, these are some of the stuff and things that happen behind the scene that you don't get to see. So you are preview to one of them, and somebody was saying, "Are you not going to delete it?" And I'm like, "No, that's me." I mean, you're human. Everybody go through that, and if I'm going through that, listen, it's happened. Let's put it behind us. Let's put it behind us. We're moving forward. It's a new day, and you know what? Just before I started filming today, all of a sudden it started raining, right? I mean, we're in the rainy season of Ghana. It's not anything supernatural. So it started raining. I was like, what? I got to make sure I film as soon as possible and upload before they shut down my electricity. And somebody somewhere will say, "You see, I told you, you shouldn't mess with the blood. You shouldn't mess with the blood." Well, I'm still here. The whole deal was that if there's any power in any blood of any Jesus, then I shouldn't wake up to see this day. I'm up. I've been up. I've enjoyed the garden today. I've been in the garden all day. I've enjoyed everything there is to enjoy in the garden today. And I'm here filming to you. You see what I told you? Listen, when some people talk like that, they feel like you have never been, you don't know what you're talking about. Listen, we've been there. We've done it. We've preached in the blood. We've by the blood of Jesus. We've done all of that. Here we are. Me telling you the truth. So when I say these things, I'm not trying to be arrogant and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I know it without a doubt that there's no power in any Jesus or any blood. No. No. There's none. I'm still here breathing. Feeling better, actually. Somebody gave me a compliment today. I'm like, "Ooh, go me. We're still here. You are also still here watching me. The rains didn't stop us. We're filming because there's real power with the intelligence of our fathers and nowhere else. Akwaba to me. What nananum what to me. There's power. There's power in the intelligence and the knowledge that our fathers left behind us. We have to wake up and discover this true wealth of power, tremendous power and authority in the intelligence that our fathers left us with. And it is you and I's responsibility, it's our responsibility to discover the secret codes that our fathers left behind. I'm here. Listen, you see what I told you yesterday? There's no power in Jesus and the blood. See what I told you? If you have done that in the name of the gods or the powers that be, that our fathers call on their name and done that, listen, you won't survive. You do not play with the powers that be. If you dare a power or the authority that a creator has made, the creator, you will not survive. So all that I'm saying is that it's about time we discover the real authority of the realms of the spirit, the powers that our fathers has left us with, and use to walk in that authority. That is when we begin to discover who we are. Truth unveils every secret. Truth. Once you know the truth, all the secret comes to light. Truth is everything. But I give glory and I give praise to the powers that be. I thank the Creator and the Wadiasi or Dumankuma Dawasi. As I say, you're no quarrel for me, Dawasi, Mammy. To me, away chain, away shame, and saw that soon, saw that I say. To me, or him. To me, or was I say, to me, or Jerry, I say. A see a Joe, a bene, a uku, yaw. A fee, amen. To me, away chain, away shame, yes, yet the one I say. Oh boy, your husband, or called by your husband. One called us no boy, your husband. Now, could you free Nara, yen you want to? Yen you want to, yen go in massive. None of quartering days, the perfect, no quarter, yen a none on that man on day the perfect. Name ya no more wapati now, one shot, one way when one sick is a maybe I say. That the powers that be would cause all of us to wake up, to understand, to know, to walk in the knowledge of the truth. You cannot argue this. You cannot contest it. Try it. It doesn't work. They've tried to bury the truth of our fathers. It's still coming out. Spirituality, you don't write a book. It's in the spirit. It's alive. It's living. Every time you wake up and connect to spirituality, you are alive. You are living. It doesn't die. That is how come books were not written by the powers that be unto any man, but men, due to their experiences with the powers that be, wrote books so that you, before you even discover spirituality, you have an idea of what is. Spirituality cannot be fought. You cannot fight spirituality. You lose. You lose. First message is coming from our sister Jataba. How are you doing, Jataba? You are doing wonderfully well. Keep it up. We bless the Spirit of the Almighty. We bless the powers that be. We bless the Spirit of our fathers that keeps teaching us and enlightening us. Good morning, everyone. I just confirmed as you were teaching, Pastor, that the meaning of Jehovah, which is God of distraction. Yes, the meaning of Jehovah. Jehovah is the God of distraction, chaos. I want to share that since I am exposed to the truth, I feel so free. My life is just changing for the better. I am definitely not vulnerable, neither am I coerced into this past. Christianity thrives on fear, in short. And that's the truth. A lot of people are afraid to say so. You see, the funny thing though is that the things are in your heart, they are in your spirit. You know what you are doing is not right. But some way, somehow, you can't talk about it for the fear that is invested in you. You are so afraid that if you say something about it, something should happen. You're so afraid. And because of that fear, you keep struggling. Fear not, and the truth will set you free. The worst thing you can do as a human being is to be in fear. You are created with power. You are powerful. So rise up, wake up. Send fear out of the door and start walking in the might that you're created to have dominion. Stop being in fear. Be bold and speak the truth that is already resounding in your spirit. The reply to that was from Malachi said, our elder Malachi said, truth, real truth, family. The message I read was from Intombi, our mother Intombi. Malachi came and said, thank you, my little truth family. Let's keep growing and moving forward. Peace to the family. Peace to you, Mom. How you doing? We love you. Thanks for answering my last question, Kojo. Thank you too for asking the question. I love questions. Questions makes me go deeper and read more into what I'm studying. Teach Kojo. Bless you, Emia. So the thank you for answering my last question was for Angela Presley. Teach Emia. Sight said loved it. Thank you, Sight. Angela Presley came back and said, our sister Angela Presley came back and said, thank you, Malakia. You're doing a great job. Keep telling the truth at Kojo. We have the best family here. The wicked is trembling. Even the trolls are coming to our page. The kingdom of darkness is shaking. Listen, when we say this is a family, we're not playing around. We're not just putting out words. If you know me, you know I don't play when I say family. This is the biggest family you can ever find. And when we say family, it's real. Like, there's no faking here. You saw my video yesterday, and I'm not going to pull it down. There's no faking here. This is a real family. We love each other. We are building, we are growing, and we are building something better for you. We are building a home that you can come into whenever you are in this part of the world. So listen, this is a real family. We're growing, we're building, we're growing every day. And this is nothing like you've ever seen. You will see it happen. You will see it manifest, and you will understand what I'm saying. A few years down the line, you will say that, well, he said it back then. Listen, it's happening. And nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop us. This is an amazing family to be part of. Thank you, bro, from Jataba. Maria Peter said, yes, much clearer. Thank you. You are there. So are there different ways to invoke these? So are there different ways to invoke these powers? Yes. Every power has specific or has the things that you use to invoke them. There's the general way of praying. There's the general way of invoking the powers that be. But every power is just like everybody and what they like. In the natural sense, in the human sense, the things that I like will be different from the things that you like. And there's a reason why all the powers that be are not created the same. You get what I'm saying? There's a reason why all the powers that be are not created the same. So therefore, there are so many ways and dynamisms to which you invoke the powers that be with. There's no one straight jacket. That is how come people in the different parts of the African continent call on the powers that be differently. Some use different methods, procedures. Others also use different ones. It doesn't have a one system. This is just the way. You understand? So long as you know the power to which you are calling upon, you will definitely be informed by the spirit of that power, that authority. And don't forget this. All this is streaming down from the Creator. All the powers that be, they are all getting their source of life from the Creator. Nobody is out here on their own. Every single one of us is getting it directly from the Creator. So the differences in creation and in the beauty and the dynamisms of the creation is what makes creation beautiful, and is what makes the Creator so awesome and amazing and beyond knowledge. So there are different ways in calling the powers that be. Let me go. How exactly do you invoke the power of the day you were born and the power of your element? So that is what we are teaching. Please remind me. Please, can you send this question directly to my WhatsApp, our sister Maria Peters? Can you send this question directly to my WhatsApp? How exactly do you invoke the power of the day you were born and the power of your element? So that we things like that, I would want us to handle it on the Zoom community. So please forward this question to me. How do we remove the veil of deception over Africa? Truthfully, there's no better way to remove the veil of deception than waking up to the truth, than teaching the truth. So I believe so much so in my spirit that the Creator and the powers that be and the spirit of our fathers are raising people like me. I'm not the only one that is sent on assignment to do what I'm doing. I believe the powers that be are raising a lot of leaders, a lot of teachers like myself to come out and teach the truth. I'm not going to be the first and I'm not going to be the last. People came before me doing this. I'm only doing my part. Others would also come up. I'm without a doubt, there are many in so many countries that have also risen up. We just don't know them yet. But I know with time we'll all come together as a big unit. So the truth is being said and taught as we speak. So the way we can wake up, or the entire continent can wake up, is that you and I begin to live in the truth. You and I walk in the truth. You and I understand the truth. You and I live the truth. This is the only way we can wake everybody up. And by you sharing, so as I'm doing my work by teaching, you also share the videos. Some will fight, some will resist, but we got to keep sharing it till everybody wakes up. Africa is not going to wake up if you don't wake up and if I don't wake up. When I wake up and you wake up, you can wake the next person, I can wake the next person, then we keep waking up. We have started waking up already. You see, the deception is getting out of the way already. Sorry, let me change the power. The deception is getting out of the way already. So we are all waking up. We are all waking up, and if Africa is not waking up, then I wouldn't be talking right now, because I'm speaking from the heart of from the heart of Africa, and I'm saying the things that I might say. You understand? A lot of people wouldn't expect that I will be saying the things that I'm saying. And as a matter of fact, many people tell me that I've never heard anybody talk like this. Listen, the Creator and the powers that be would definitely not fail with their plan. I mean, who's going to oppose the plan of the Creator? So people are waking up, and as we wake up, we start teaching one another, and the truth will definitely set our people free. So it means each day has its own God. If I'm right, please. What is the name of the God of Wednesday? The God of Wednesday is called Awuku. Awuku. That's the name of the God of Wednesday, Awuku. So every God has both feminine and masculine energies. Every God has the feminine version of it. So Awuku is the God of Wednesday, and every day has his own God. That is how the Creator designed it. Our sister, that was from our sister Annette Yosin. How you doing, sis? This again is from our sister Caroline Okello. Caroline Okello. Thank you, brother. We must cease using Christianity, Jewish, and Islam words. We must come out 100%. We must return to the ways of our ancestors and to the only one true Creator. Jesus is alive. So that's from our sister Caroline Okello. And let me read. Somebody said want to be friends. Who's this? Okay. I think we got a response from Angela Presley. How you doing? No, we don't need friends here. Thank you. Somebody, should we be YouTube buddies? What is that? No, thanks. Thank you. Bless you. Listen, Angela, you're doing the job for me. Why don't you come to the Zoom, Angela? You should be on the Zoom. I mean, I know you should be doing something to help us directly. So let's have a conversation with Malakia, our elder, and we find something for you to do. You gotta help. You gotta help. So yes, these are the messages that came in. Let's go straight into today's content. So today I want to continue with Yahweh, the God of Israel. I'm sorry I didn't bring Health Wednesday. Sometimes I'll keep shifting the day because I have to continue what I started previously. So who is Yahweh? I've already given you a lot of background information. And I've already told you that Yahweh is the God of Israel and nobody else. Yahweh is the God, and be mindful of the names. When you say Yahweh, that is, you basically talking about the God of Israel. The God of Israel. Yah is the God of our fathers, our ancestors. Our ancestors never called him Yahweh. So don't be afraid to come out to say, listen, I thought this was this, but it's not that anymore. This is the original name. Message, truth does not change, but the namings, it will keep changing. So we come into the true knowledge. When we follow what the deception these people have put across us, you will keep digging and you realize that, listen, these things are not true. That is how come all the camps out there, all the Jewish camp out there, Hebrew Israelites, all the Messianic camps, whatever camp you have out there. That is why each and every single one of them keep coming up with diverse names. They're all talking about the same information, but everybody is coming up with a name, because the names that these perpetrators taught are not original names. They are not original names. So because of that, you would always come to a place where, hold on, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. This is this and that and that and that and that. That is why they keep changing and making up their own name. Majority of the people that are hearing are so-called or Hebrew Israelites, whatever it is, coming to, oh, I've heard the name, the real name is this. Most of them are lying. Most of them haven't heard anything. Most of them, the names they are saying that this is the real name are names that they are making up from their findings, are names that they are building and they are cultivating from their research, from their findings. But these names are not the original names of the powers that be or the Creator. If you want to know the name of the Creator, come to the African continent, connect to somebody that is from the African continent, and one of us, regardless of where you are, whether you're in the north, south, east, west, I'm not sure about the north, because the Turks and the Arabs have taken over the place. But I mean, when you come to the south, east, west, central, all these places, they will teach you the names of the Creator, because the Creator does not have a name, a specific name, a unique name. The Creator has never said his name to anybody. So our fathers, with the intelligence that they were exposed to, came up with names that can best sort of, in our own human expression, can express the Creator. So that there's no name out there that says that this is the name of the Creator. Anybody that will tell you that is an absolute liar, is lying to you. Nobody has had the Creator give them any name or called any name. So when we say, it's like saying the Creator is a name. The Creator is not a name. So our fathers, in their intelligence, had expressions about who the Creator is. Odum Ankoma. Odum Ankoma. The one that decides to give. The giver. The one that creates. The one that makes happen. The one that creates all things. Obadia means the one that creates all things. Odum Ankoma, the one that gives all things. Odum Ankoma. Onum Kwan Odema. You understand? So names, these are all, lack of a better word, titles that our ancestors gave the Creator. The Creator doesn't have a name. The God, on the other hand, has names. The God, they have names. Each and every God that exists on the face of this earth has a name. So you cannot just also give a title and say God. Whenever you say the word God, it's just you saying power. Which power? What power? What kind of power are you talking about? So you cannot say God and say that is the name of the Creator. No. God is a deity, a power, an authority. You know, God is not a name. So the name Yahweh is a name that was cultivated by the Ashkenazi Jews. And I don't want anybody to come to tell me that our ancestors called him Yahweh. No. They borrowed the real name. Like I told you the other day, our brothers and sisters from the Everland will call Yahweh. Yahweh. They don't spell it Yahweh like that. You got what I'm saying? So these people never knew the name. So the name Yahweh, if you are looking for the name Yahweh, that is directly associated to these Ashkenazi Jews. So when we go down, we are trying to find who is Yahweh or Yah. But Yahweh is what. So when we're trying to find out who Yahweh is, we got to go back to the beginning. We got to go back to the drawing board and try and find out that is Yahweh the Creator, and did Yahweh create all things? So let's go to Genesis 1:26, and when you have an open mind and an open spirit to this text, you would understand what this text really means. It says what? Genesis 1:26 says, And God said, let us make God. So like I said, which God is not notified? Which God? But there are so many gods. So one of the gods said, let us make man. Wait. One of the gods says, let us make man. So which God said this, nobody knows. But when you go, sorry, I was checking something. When you go back to the wisdom and the knowledge of our fathers, of course, it's always going to be the leader of the gods, the king of the gods, that would always come out and speak on behalf of all the gods. When you have a king in a country and you have, what do you call it? Let's say an ambassador of the country or a representative of the country, when it comes to who should address the nation, it's never going to be the representative. It's always going to be the king or the president. So the leader of the gods is definitely the one saying, let us create man. And why I'm using this story is because this story is borrowed. This story is not, no, Moses did not get this story verbatim from the Spirit. This story has been in existence thousands of years. The creation story. That is why every single religion on the face of the earth has their own creation story, because they all borrowed from original source and polished it up to suit their religion. So when God, one of the gods said, let us make man, you realize that, wait a minute, if he is saying us, then it means this God is including himself to the gods that were available at the time. So he's speaking to his colleagues, his co-equals, and saying that let us make man. There's a reason why he said let us make man. So when he said that, you realize, another thing you realize, let us make man in our own image, according to our likeness. They would have rulership. So let us make man. You could tell that this was a conversation between him, this God that is speaking, and the rest of the gods. Let us make man. Meaning, whoever that is talking does not hold the absolute power to create man. If he had absolute power to create man, then he will go like, man is there. Because when you read Genesis 1:1, it says, in the beginning, the Creator created the heaven, or the God, lack of a better way, God created. So the Creator created the heavens and the earth. He didn't take permission from anybody when he created the heavens. Neither did he create permission. Neither did he get permission from anybody to create those that existed in the heavens. I believe by now you should know that there are multiplicity of heavens, and each heaven contains a God that rules over that heaven and subject in that particular heavens. There are multiplicity of heavens. So this creator that created the heavens and the earth did not need permission from anybody. That is why we don't read, let us create the heavens. So whoever is creating man is a group of people that have power as well, that can create, that has the authority to create. But they needed to confer with one another before they started creating. That's why they say, let us create man in our image. So you realize that they had an image, and whoever gave them that image is superior, is higher than them. So we have been created into an image, and we want to create man in our image and in our likeness. That is why when you study into deep spirituality and you understand the mechanisms or the makeups of the gods, you realize that the gods are always appearing in the image of man. Why? Because men were created after the imagery and the likeness of the God. So anybody at all that is spiritual enough, that has seen any God, would always see the God in the image of a man. The Creator does not have, and who has seen the image of the Creator? Nobody has seen the image of the Creator. But the God said, let us create man in our image and in our likeness. That is why whenever anybody come out of the gates of any of the gods, their likeness is the same. That's why Sunday people behave the same way, Monday people behave the same way, Tuesday people behave the same way, Wednesday people behave the same way, Thursday people behave the same way, Friday people behave the same way, Saturday people behave the same way, because they are all created in the image of the gods that were in existence the time of the creation of man. So the God created man, and the God gave the duty and assignment of man. This is heavy stuff. This is heavy stuff. So I don't care what race, color, type, skin, whatever you are. So long as you are born within any of these days, your character, your attitude, whatever is according to that day. You cannot be born on a Sunday and behave like somebody born on a Monday. It's not possible. No blood of Jesus, no Judaism, no Hindu, no Christian, no Islam can change this order, because religion has no power over the God. Because religion is not spirituality. Religion has no power. That is why no prayer can change who you are, because you are in the image and the likeness of the God that you were created in. This is deep stuff. The gods are gates through which we enter into this dimension. The Creator allowed it so. The Creator made it so. The Creator gave the gods the powers to do these things. A lot of people say, can the gods create man? Yes, the gods create. Listen, if you don't know spirituality, these things I'm saying wouldn't make sense to you. But anybody in Africa or in this location will tell you for a fact, people will be barren. Doctors will declare them they are barren. They pay a visit to any of the gods around, and the gods will give them children. Where do you think the children are coming from? How are these gods having power to put into the womb of a woman who is barren and declared by doctors impossible to give birth? Because the gods have the power to create. That is why they said, let us create man. I'm going to show you the difference between the gods and the creator in just a minute. But I want to show you the assignment and the responsibility that the gods had for man. The intention of them creating man. The first point we got to understand here is that out of this conversation, let us create man, is that whoever that was having this conversation did not have the final authority. Whoever this is had some authority, but not all authority or the final authority. Whoever these people were, number two, whoever these people were, they had their own responsibility in the multiplicity of the universe, and decided that, listen, we are going to create man onto this dimension so that man would perform these specific duties. That is why the gods have direct impact over the man they created, because they gave responsibilities to the man they created. So therefore, whenever you consult the gods and ask, listen, this and this and this, they will direct and ensure that whatever responsibility you are given on the face of the earth is materialized, because they have the power to do so. They are given the power to do so by the Creator. You understand what I'm saying? So the gods had their own responsibilities, but they said, since we've been given the power to create, let us create another being in this dimension that looks like us and acts like us and have the same power and tendency that we have. That is why the gods can never lie. The spirits there be, the spirits, not the powers, not the authority, the spirits that serve the God, they can lie. But the gods can never lie. The third point is that They needed man to rule over the existing creatures on the face of this earth. So they are ruling in the dimension, and they created man and gave man a level of authority over what? The birds of the air, the fishes in the sea, the animal, the beasts on the face of the earth, those who live within the earth and creep within the earth, and the other dimensions. The 4th point is that man's job description was given in Genesis 1:30, saying specifically, you should rule over them. You should rule over them. And whilst this responsibility was given, provision was given to man as well. Let's read it. Genesis 1:30. Then you will see the responsibility of the man, the intentions that the gods had when they created man, and the responsibility that they desire to give the man. This is even according to, and when you study the intelligence of our fathers, that is what I'm saying, they borrowed this. Because this is coming from the intelligence of our fathers. Our fathers knew this. They never read Genesis, but our fathers knew this story. They knew this fact. Because our fathers always practiced the oral tradition of passing on information from generation to generation. So Genesis 1:30. So the representative of the gods, or the speaker of the gods, came and said what? To every beast, no, 29, and the God said, which God is speaking, we don't know. But we presume that it will be the God. This is not the creator. And I will show you in a minute. I'll show you in a minute why this is not the creator speaking. So the Godhead, the one in charge of all the gods, started speaking and said, God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree which is the fruit of a tree, in which the fruit of the tree is yielding seed. For you, to you, it shall be for you meat, it shall be for you food. Meaning, what are we supposed to eat? We are supposed to eat everything that bears seeds. We are supposed to eat everything that bears what? Seed. That's what you are supposed to eat. The things that we've been given to protect, to rule, to guide, to govern, we are not supposed to eat them. Because it says clearly here that what? Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, over every living thing that moveth upon the face. Have dominion. When we talk about having dominion over something, it doesn't mean go and eat it up. When a king is set as a king over a people, the king is not supposed to kill the people for his sport or for meat. The king is supposed to protect the people, defend the people, and live for the people. The king is not supposed to eat them up. Then the Godhead went ahead and said that, you know what? These are the things that you are supposed to eat. So listen, at the end of the day, it looks like I'm still talking about Health Wednesday. So I'll still make this Health Wednesday. So man was given dominion to protect the animals. To have dominion over them, to make them grow, to make them flourish, to make them replenish. But the man, somehow, the introduction of certain people, they somehow, some way, started eating the very things they were supposed to govern. When he says rule, somebody should help me understand this. Since when did have rulership over something become eaten up? Since when? It's like you being a CEO of a company, and every time when you decide, when you feel like it, you just sleep with any of the women in the company. And you just harass and kill So the animals are given for our protection, that we protect them, both on land, in the air, and the sea. And provision was made that everything that has seeds are supposed to be food for us. Do you know why? Because once they have the seed, we can reproduce it. So the engineering of the powers that be, the gods, was that, listen, you need to replenish, you need to multiply, you need to increase. So whilst we're giving you the things that you can eat for meat, you go back and grow it. You see the intelligence of the fathers. So whilst they have given you the food to eat, there's a seed in it. And common sense will tell you the seed in this food is supposed to be planted again so that it prospers again and multiplies. But because we have lost our way by these religions and these systems, what do? We keep eating the very thing that we are supposed to protect. So is man failing? Yes, man is failing. Because the thing that we're given to your care to protect, you are eating it up. You are eating the very thing that you were given to protect. You believe in the Bible, read it for yourself. When they give you dominion over something, it's like these politicians. When they give you a position in government, it doesn't mean come and squander the nation's money. It doesn't mean come and sell up the nation's property. It only means is that help protect it, help care for it. We have given these things in your care to protect it. And nobody should come tell me otherwise. I'm being serious right now. Nobody should come tell me otherwise. You know why you change and this and that. No. The lies they put together is what changed. The lies they put together is what made it look. Other than that, if Ezekiel is supposed to be what it is, it's seen into the future. Ezekiel 47 says so. You should still eat the fruit and the leaves and the herbs. Genesis is telling you the same thing. What are you supposed to eat? So that was the responsibility of man, to protect every living creature on that. And the plants that has seeds, you eat them. So the gods in their intelligence did this. Man, through their religions, created something and said, this is allowed to eat. Who gave you that audacity that this is allowed to eat? Or this is meat, but you can eat it. Whenever you chew up a chicken, do you plant it back? No, I'm telling you, whenever you eat it, do you plant it back? You're even busy eating the eggs of the chicken. The eggs that are supposed to be hatched and produce more chicken. You are eating the chicken, eating their babies. What wickedness is that? What level of wickedness is that? You are eating the cows, drinking their milk. How are their young ones supposed to survive? So, the intelligence of the God said, you are supposed to use this for food. This was the responsibility of man, to grow, to increase, to connect to the power of the air, to connect to the waters. That is why you don't gotta run away when you see waters. All these people going around. When you talk about water, you are talking about marine spirit. When you read Genesis 1:2, when it says, and the spirit moved on the face of the earth, and the spirit moved. What was it? Was it not a spirit in the waters? How are we wired? You read the scriptures, it says, and the spirit moved, hovered on the face of, hovered, moved. It means there was spirit in the waters, and it hovered, it moved upon the face of the waters. So common sense should tell you there are spirits in the waters. Genesis is telling you that. And now all of a sudden it's demon. See what religion have made us? Plain sight. He says, I've given you dominion over the air. Mean connect to the air, connect to the waters, connect to the air, connect to the fire, connect to these dimensions, because I've given you dominion. You are also there busy. No, I'm too afraid. I don't want to see water. It's demonic. I don't want the air. I don't want the earth. It's demonic. I don't want to pour out. I don't want to do this. He says, have dominion over these things. Connect to these things. We've given you power. We've given you charge. Connect to them. Oh, I'm too afraid. See what ignorance makes you be? I was teaching somebody Sunday and the person made a point, and I want to share it with you. Genesis 1:1 says what? In the beginning, so because lack of a better word, let's use the creator, because in the beginning, so it's going all the way back to the start, to the beginnings. So the creator created. The creator created. Okay? The creator created the heavens and the earth. So how do you use anything in the heavens or the earth to describe the creator? Did you miss it? Should I say it slowly? Should I say it slowly? I like the cheap. I like the cheap. Let me try to fight it. Obaze born in Zama. Yeah, but I like the cheap in this context. So let me try and make you understand what I'm saying. If I am a glass worker, right, and I make this beautiful vase in glass, I make this beautiful vase, and you meet somebody and the person asks you, who designed this beautiful, this amazing vase? Who designed it? Are you going to tell the person, oh, he looks like glass and he's shiny and he has a figure? I almost said a Coca-Cola shape. They don't take your mind anywhere. He has a figure. Listen, of the glass, not of any human being. He has a figure, right? And there's an oval base. And there's a slim neck. And it's shiny. Are you going to describe me as the glass? Am I the glass? All I did was to create the glass. So if you are describing me and you see the glass, it doesn't mean you have seen me. If you meet this vase that I've created, it means what? You have seen the vase. I am not the vase. I am not the vase. That is why you cannot use the creator, or you cannot use anything in creation to describe the creator. That is why you cannot use the moon to describe the creator. You cannot use the sun. These are all created. The creator is out of these things. The creator is not in these things. Somebody will say, but when you talk about Yahweh, then you went to talk about food, and you're talking about the creator. Listen, you would understand it. Be patient, okay? Don't be in a hurry, because this is a broad subject. We got to break it down step by step for you to understand. When you cook food and they ask you, who cooked this food? Describe the person that cooked this food. Are you going to say, oh, and I taste broccoli and I taste spinach and I taste some beans in there, and I can taste some curry in there, and I can taste some palm oil in it? Do I look like palm oil? Do I look like beans? Do I look like curry? Do I look like plantain? So the description of the creation has nothing to do with the creator. Our fathers has always had this intelligence that the creator is way different, is way off, is far off, is in distance from his creation. So when you read your Bible and it says, in the beginning the creator created the heavens and the Iriasi, so we say world as Iriasi. The Iriasi is not part of the Obadia. And you understand what I'm saying? The creator is not part of the creation. So you cannot look onto the creation and say, I have seen the creator. So when they said, let us create man in our image, there is no way the creation, if somebody getting this. When they said, let us create man in our, plural, our image, there is no way the creation can look like the creator. There is no way. The creator is always out. There is no way this laptop can look like this little Chinese fellow that created the laptop. when they said, let us create man in our own image, there was no way this man was referring. Listen, those who created man has nothing to do with the creator, because the creator created his universe and stayed out of it. So whatever that is in creation is not the creator. Ooh. Is somebody getting it? Are you getting what I'm saying? Listen, take it from this angle. The creation can only reproduce itself, because the creation is made to reproduce itself. The creator created his world, so the creator is out of this world. So anything else that is in this world is not the creator, cannot be the creator, does not look like the creator. So me and you, man, we do not look like the creator. We are a product of the God that the creator created. And the God do not look like the creator, but the creator decided to create the gods to look like the way they look. So the gods decided to create man in their image. Are you getting this? There's not a single thing that man has created that looks like man. Name me one. This mobile phone does not look like man. This does not look like man. This does not look like man. The remote does not look like man. The water that I have here does not look like man. The selfie stick does not look like man. So the let us create here was referring to another creation that was reproducing itself to take care of this earth and the dimensions that governs this earth. Meaning whoever that was talking here is not the creator. And since the God that was speaking here was speaking on behalf of a group of people, there is no way this can. Are you getting the mysteries? Listen, I am speaking the intelligence of our fathers, but I'm only using the Bible. Nobody has seen a creator before. So he created the heavens and the earth. Let me ask you a question. Where does the creator stay? That's a creator. Listen. The creator created the heavens and the earth. So wherever he was standing, he was not in the heavens, neither was he in the earth. Are you getting the picture? He was standing afar off and decided that I'm creating. If you decide to build a new house today, would you be staying in the very house you are now about to build? It means that you are already living somewhere and you want to build a new house. So when the creator said, I'm creating the heavens, it means the creator is not in the heavens. So when you even go into the heavens to search and look for the creator, you will not find the creator in the heavens. Neither would you find the creator in the earth. So anything that lives in the heavens or in the earth is not the creator. We've seen it all over scriptures that the God Yahweh or Yahweh, let me use Yahweh. Yahweh, it says, I abide, my throne is in the heavens and the earth is my footstool. The creator does not sit in his creation. Are we waking up? This is why we got to wake up. Are we waking up to the truth? This is why we got to wake up to the truth. Because once you are out of the deception, everything beautiful to you. The creator does not sit in his creation. So the S, let us create man. The S is not the creator talking. It's the God. The creator created the God. The gods do not look like the creator. Like I showed you many examples. The creation of anything does not look like its creator. So the gods do not look like the creator. So whoever said, let us create man, do not look like the creator. So man looked like the God and not the creator. Are you getting it? That is why I was told to explain to you the gods that are in the scripture. Because these scriptures, they borrowed cultures, they borrowed so many things from so many places and brought together and presented it to you. So if the spirit and the powers that be are not giving you understanding, you can never see that. No. This is not as it is. This is coded. Lies upon lies, making something is. Something happens here, they will bring it here. Something happens here, they will bring it here. Are you getting the picture? I hope you get it. Please put your questions in the question page, and if you don't get it, I'll come tomorrow and answer all your questions. You will love tomorrow. I loved it. I don't know about you, but I love what I made, what I'm going to make tomorrow. So I know you'll love it. Let me see if I have time to do something else. So the question now becomes, how did these Jews, these Ashkenazis, come up with the concept of the Creator and Yahweh, Yud-Heh, Vav-Heh, which is their God, being the creator of the universe? I got a simple answer for you, but I'll expound it a bit. They don't know anything. That is not their concept. That was not their concept. The creation story they fixed in the Bible is not their creation story. They went to borrow it from Egypt. As a matter of fact, they went to borrow it from Canaan. The people that were living in Canaan were taught by the priest of Salem, the king of Salem. The king of Salem is Methuselah. That's the name they are giving to us. We'll definitely find a real name with time. Do you understand? So, he was a priest from Egypt and taught the people in Canaan. And the people in Canaan started knowing this truth. And these people, Ashkenazis, went into Canaan to copy these lies out of Canaan. That is why the Romans will not budge, the Greeks will not budge, because they also know the truth. These people they know the truth. So what they did was that they got the stories of Canaan and ran with it. So that is how come they came up with a concept, because when they met the people in Canaan, our elders, our ancestors in Canaan, and some of our ancestors were calling on Yahweh, they thought Yahweh is the original creator. So they don't know any better. They just ran with what they met and created a whole doctrine and a whole religion out of it. The consensus among scholars is that the historical vocalization of the Tetragrammaton at the time of the redaction of the Torah, that's around the 6th century BCE. So when we talk about the redaction of the Torah, it simply means is when they sat down to decide how to edit what they met, the information they gathered, how to make which one legal and how to delete. So just like they did, Constantine did with the Council of Nicaea in 70 AD, around the 6th BC, these people also sat down and decided that, listen, this is the information we have gathered. Which one should we include? Which one should we delete? So, the consensus among the scholars is that the historical vocalization of the Tetragrammaton at that time of the redaction of the Torah around the 6th century BCE is most likely Yahweh. So it's most likely, meaning they don't really know whether it's Yahweh or not. This is most likely Yahweh. Well, we are not sure because they did not know the name. The name, our fathers have always known the name of Yahweh, the God of Tender. We've always known, but they had it and they were not sure. Is it the name? They were not sure of the name. This historic vocalization was lost because in the Second Temple Judaism during the 3rd and the 2nd century BCE, the pronunciation of the Tetragrammaton came to be avoided, being substituted with Adonai, my Lord. Adonai means my Lord. With Adonai, the Hebrew vowels points of Adonai were added to the Tetragrammaton by the Masoret. The Masoret are those who from about the 6th century to the 10th century worked to reduce or reproduce the original text of the Hebrew Bible to replace the vowels of the name YHWH with the vowels of the Hebrew words Adonai, Elohim. So they replaced the YHWH, they injected the A from the Adonai and E from the Elohim to make them get the sound Yahweh. So already the formation of the name Yahweh has just included 3 different gods. The Yah here, the Adonai here, and the Elohim. God, Elohim means God. Read it, search it, research it. Elohim does not mean God. Elohim means God. And Yame. So we say Yame and Yame no. So they didn't know. They said they don't know Jack. So they borrowed. They just kept picking up, pick and choose. They kept picking and choosing, and they brought together and formed Yahweh. So when you mention Yahweh, you are literally saying the name of 3 different beings, Canaanite God. They borrowed these things from Canaan. When we say the original text of the Hebrew Bible, what it simply means is that the stories they heard, the story they went to copy, the scribes, the scrolls, the papyrus that they stole. There's nothing like an original Hebrew Bible in any ancient language or any ancient tradition. Where were they located? No, listen. Where were they located? Which district? Let them come and tell them. When they say they copy from the original Hebrew Bible, there was not a single thing that existed like original Hebrew Bible. Listen, which geographic location was this original Hebrew Bible? All that they are saying, they are politicizing the whole thing and say original. All that they are saying from the text that we borrowed from Egypt. From the truths that we borrowed, they reconstructed the truths that they borrowed from Egypt. That's what it all means. Show me which area around Europe knew any literature. All the knowledge was in Egypt. Around the 6th century, the 10th century, or 1,000 years, all the knowledge was 1000 BCE. All the knowledge was in Egypt. So what are they talking about? They're just saying the ones that we went to borrow from Egypt. So this Masoretes, they sat down and reconstructed the whole thing. So these guys just came to mess everything and created a name. They created the name Yahweh. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yahweh. Yeah, that was it. They don't want to no question. So from the 10th BCE to the 6th BCE all the way to the 4th, meaning these people did not know the name of their God. They didn't have the name of their God. They couldn't say the name of their God. Listen, which God would introduce himself to a people and not say his name? It doesn't work. It's not possible. So because they have no knowledge of what they have just come into, they started borrowing names from Canaan. Names like Elohim, Adonai, Hashem, Adoshem. So Adonai means my Lord. Elohim means God. My Lord, my master. So they thought our fathers were slaves to the powers that be. No. Our fathers knew it was a partnership. But they thought it was, that's what they referred, my Lord. Gods. Elohim. They also use Hashem. By popular belief, some of our elders are saying Hashem is basically the combination of 2 syllables. Not even combination of 2 syllables. When you take the Hashem, you take the 2H out, it becomes Asem. Which means what? The message they went to hear, Asem na yekoti, you know. Do you understand? The message we heard in Canaan, when you take the H, the 2H from Hashem, because they started calling their God Hashem. Why? Because the message they heard from Canaan, Asem no motiye wo Canaan. So Asem means the word. Asem, the word, the message you heard, Asem. So they call it Hashem. The message they heard from from Canaan. Some also call it Adoshem. Ador means the love message. Adosem, but they say Adoshem, the love message. The message they heard from Canaan is what we have come here with. So when they are calling on it, or when they are reading, say, this is the message. Accept. They couldn't say it well. They say Hashem or Adosem, Adosem, Adolfo. So we have a word called Adolfo, meaning lovers. Adolfo meaning lovers. Adosem, the message of love. They couldn't say all this because they had knowledge. They didn't have anything. They kept borrowing. Listen, my time is up. I gotta let you go. Have patience. The subject of Yahweh is huge. Have patience. The exclusives, we talk about them on the Zoom meetings every Sunday. Have patience with me, and we will dissect everything. Stay blessed. Taking enough of your time. I love you guys. Mwah! See you tomorrow for an amazing presentation.